How are you, my friends? In this video, I'm presenting part 11 of the Basic Math Terms series. This part 11 is dealing with expressions, equations, and functions. You can find other videos, similar videos for basic math terms in the playlist called Basic Math Terms. Let's start. Now, in this video, part 11, I'm presenting almost 14 words related to the three important topics in mathematics: expressions, equations, and functions. The first part is about expressions, you can see that. And then the second part is about equation. The third part is about function. Now, in this video also, I need to stress that the main idea in this video is to know the differences. I put here three examples. Before I start explaining, please, just look at the expression. That's one example here. Long, can be short. This is expression. Just by comparing, by looking, look at the second one here. This is an equation. So look at the expression, look at the equation, look here at the function. You see the differences? You see any difference? See this one, it has no equal sign. The expressions, they have no equal sign. This is like a statement. In the equation, we should have some kind of equal. We should have an equal sign with two parts on the right, on the left, and then the function is f of x. This is like y, and we have here an equation also inside the function. Now, what is an expression? An expression is a collection of letters, which we can call variables, x or y or z or a or b, and real numbers, we call them also constants, like 5, like 4, like half, like 7, like square root of 2, combined together by using the known four operations: addition, subtraction, multiplication, and or division. In other words, I can simplify all this 3 lines and a half to define the expression. Simple definition. It is a collection of terms. So if we have terms like this one, look at this example, the fourth example. X squared is a term, minus 7x is a term, 2 is a term. So there are 3 terms. So altogether, all this will be expression. This is also 3 terms. This is one term here we see. Minus 10, t to the power 4. That's one term and also an expression with 1. This is 2 here, 5x plus 2y. No equal sign, remember. No equal sign in any expression. So it is given like a statement. Now, what is an equation? An equation can be defined as a mathematical statement consisting of an equal symbol. So the basic idea in the equation is to have equal. See, look at equal here, equal here, equal there, equal there, equal there, equal there. Between two algebraic expressions. So let's go back a little. Expression, we need another expression that they have the same value, and then we put equal between them. Then we generate an equation. So the equation is consisting of 2 expressions. We put between them equal. They have the same value. Now, we have, in this slide here, I presented 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 examples of equations. Only the examples. Now we have so many types of equations. So many types. Simple equations, difficult equations, complicated. Sometimes we have solution, sometimes we don't have solution. Now to study equations, you need a lot. But here in this video, I'm explaining the differences between the word, expression, equation, and function. And we can solve some of these easy, some of them are not easy. Okay, now let's go to function. Now, when we have a function, let me just read the definition, then I can explain. A function from set A called the domain. So when you have a function, always you have to remember the word domain. These are the values of the x here. I call them here x. Function from set A to a set B. Set B is called the range. So the function is a relation, which sometimes we call it a rule, that assigns to each element in A exactly one element in B. The element in B, we call it the image. So the range here, see the range on the Y values, we call it set of images if you like. I know there are many words in this slide, but you can go easily. Let me explain it by a little diagram. It is helpful to think of a function as a machine. See, this is a machine, that's a function f. Now it can be here any function. The function here on the right side, it should be an equation. Square root, cube root, squared, cube, power 4, logarithmic, sine function, tangent, exponential, any function we can have here. So in the function, we have input, we have output. The input is the x values. See here you can put x equals 0, x equals 2, x equals 7, x equals 5, x equals 10, x equals 100, x equals minus half. Every time you put an x here, then you will get y. X and y will make 1 point on the graph. See, put any x here, 0, let's say 0. On the y, you get minus 7. Any x here, you will get y. So the x are called the input. Input, another word, domain. The values of the x that we can replace in the function. The f of x, y. The y, output range. See, the x goes to f of x. The input, we take the output. This is the machine here. Domain of these are the x values, these are the y values, the range. Now, if you look at this example on function, you can see many things. Now, every function, it has an equation like this. We have f of x, which means the y, square root of 4 minus x squared. Now, this is the graph of such a function, which is half a circle. We can see the domain, all the values of the x. You see, the domain means all the values of the x. They run from minus 2 closed until 2 closed. Now, the range, as you can see here, all the values of the y. The values of the y, they go from 0 here on until 2. So range 0 to 2 on the y-axis, domain from minus 2 to 2 on the x-axis. If somebody said, I need the x-intercept, it can be 1 x-intercept, it can be 2, it can be 3. So in this case, it is 2, 0 on the x and minus 2, 0. Y-intercept here, 0, 2. You can see that. All right. Now remember here, very important 3 statements I can say. Expressions, they can be simplified. So the only thing we can do in expressions is to simplify it. You can see video basic math terms, part 1, about the words related to expressions. Equations can be solved. Also, there is a video on equations, part 8. Functions can be graphed, as we have seen in this example. So you cannot graph the expression. The equations, you can solve it. You can find the solution. If there is any, sometimes you solve an equation, there is no solution. So just remember, please, again, I will say expression, simplify it. So we cannot put any word there. We cannot say graph the expression. We say expressions can be simplified. You can even memorize this after you understand it. Equations can be solved, functions can be graphed. Now, I put this an extra slide here. This is my channel, Math CNT. This is the logo. See, when we designed this logo, I have put here coefficients and terms because these are the basic items in mathematics, coefficients and terms, CNT. Also, you can see here on the left side, E, 5x plus 2y. That's an expression, you see? That's an expression, 5x plus 2y. Here on the right side, you see E also, but EX squared plus 7x is equal to 20. That's an equation. See, there is an expression, there is an equation, and for sure down here we have f of x is equal to x squared plus 7. So that's the function. So this is the logo of my channel, Math CNT. It has coefficients and terms. To see the meaning, exact meaning of coefficients and terms, you can go here in part 1, basic math terms. And now we are in part 11. Okay, let's start with questions. I put here actually 3 questions with complete solutions and 3 practice questions you can do later at your leisure time with only the answers. Let's look here, please. The moment you see this one here down, the moment you see this, you have to think that this is an expression. Why? I can hear you. Why? There is no equal here. So I can say simplify the expression by combining like terms. You have to add and subtract everything that can be added or subtracted, which we call in mathematics like terms. So where do we start here? Well, can we add minus 8 plus 2 minus 6? Can we do that? That's a big mistake because 2 is multiplied in this big bracket. So we have to do the multiplication and leave the minus 8 at the end. Now I have to go inside here. Inside I have big bracket, small bracket. In the small bracket there is a minus. So I put minus times the 4, minus 4, minus 2b, it becomes plus 2b. Now I simplify the simple bracket here. Then you can do the big bracket. After you do that, you can multiply by 2. Maybe a good idea, you can pause the video for maybe 2-3 seconds if you like, and then you can practice on simplifying such an expression, and then you can challenge yourself to get the correct answer, and then you can see the details on the next slide. Are you ready? Let's go. That's the solution. Now, simplify. See, I leave the minus 8. You can see here, minus 8, minus 8, minus 8, minus 8. Just leave it. You cannot add to 2. Here also, minus 6b plus 7, minus 6b plus 7, minus 6b plus 7, minus 6b plus 7. So the only thing you have to do is to simplify the big bracket. Inside, simplify the small bracket. Simplify until you multiply by 2. So as I mentioned before, minus 4 minus 2b plus 2b. See, in the big bracket, there is 3b, 2b. I can add. So it is 5b minus 4. Now multiply by 2, 10b minus 8. Now I can see, I can take all the b's together. 10b minus 6b is 4b. Minus 8 plus 7 is minus 9. So the answer here, 4b minus 9. Let's see another one. Solve the equation. See, I did not say simplify. You can simplify the equation for sure. You can make it simple. But the main idea is not to simplify. The main idea is to solve, find the solution. We have a problem here with x, so we need the value of the x. Now, you can pause the video again if you like. What can you do here? 5 bracket x plus 5 minus 9 bracket x plus 2 equals 15. We need x. Well, for sure we can distribute the 5. We can distribute the 9 and then subtract. Let's find x. What is the value of x you get? Let's check it. Well, the answer is minus 2. Let's see, please. Now, if you distribute 5 times x, 5x, 5 times 5, 25 there, minus 9x, minus 9 plus 2 is minus 18. Now, let's see like terms, combine like terms. 5x minus 9x is minus 4x, 25 minus 18 plus 7. Now, take 7 on the other side, it will be minus 7, becomes 8. Divide by minus 4, minus 2. So what do we write? We write something like this. Usually we write SS. So I gave you here the meaning of that, solution set. Just remember it, when you see SS, means solution set. Solution set is the solution of the equation. You can, if you like, replace minus 2 there in the equation, you can check. Now some equations we have to check. Some there is no need to check. But you can always check if you like to make sure your answer is correct. Now you can see videos on equations, many types of equations, how to check, what to do, fractions, etc. Now, question number 3 is very nice. So this is question number 3. It looks so nice because given a function here, see f of x is equal 5x cubed minus x squared minus 4x minus 10. Function that has a graph, not easy to graph it, etc. But look at the simple question here. Does the point minus 1 minus 12 lie on the graph? We know there is a graph. You can just imagine any graph for this function. It's a function here. So when we say graph, it means many points are there. I gave you 1 point, minus 1, minus 12. I can give you 0, 7. I can give you 1, 2. I can give you any point. You check it. So how do you check? You take this x. You see always this point here, minus 1. That's the x. You put x here, x here, x here. Every x you replace it by minus 1. And then you find the answer here. Then you compare with this, minus 12. Now, to check that a point lies on the graph, you have to do this. The coordinates, see the word coordinates, it came in this video, part 9. The coordinates, these are the coordinates, the x and the y. We call this ordered pair. So the coordinates are the x and the y. They should satisfy the equation. So this is the x. And remember always, f of x is equal to y. So what can I do? I replace f of x by y here. Then I take minus 1, replace it in this x, in this x, in this x, as you see here in details. Now be careful about the signs. Minus 1 cubed, because we have minus 1, minus 1, minus 1, odd power. So that's a minus 1. With the 5 is minus 5. Minus 1 squared is 1, you see? Minus 1 all squared in the bracket, it is 1. Multiply with the minus, it's minus. Minus 4 times minus 1 plus 4. And there is a minus 10 from the question. Now, if you add all this, you get minus 12. See, minus 12, we have it. So what is the answer here? Yes, the point lies on the graph. Suppose I gave you here minus 1, comma, minus 17. So you put -1 there, you get -12. And if I give you -17, then the answer will be no, the point does not lie on the graph. Now, this is the last question in details with the solution. Now I leave for you 3 practice questions. Practice number 1, just simplify. You see the expression similar to the number 1 we did. And then practice number 2, solve this long equation. It's not that difficult. And then I gave you another function, nice function here. See, sometimes we have a rational in the function, so that not easy function, and give you a point, 3 comma -1. I ask, does this point lie on the graph? Yes or no? You have to check. Now you can find the answers only here for practice number 1, practice number 2, practice number 3. Thank you for watching. I hope I can see you in another video with another topic. Thank you very much.